Yeah,
Round,
you
yeah.
are welcomed to twitch.tv/Cowboy Games. It's me, the all-speaking, actual volume, live action Millie,
Correct.
and my friends. And we're going to play some Coriolis, and I'm going to get all excited about the quality of prints on fabric.
Pretty cool.
Very nice fabric. Yeah.
No surprise.
So,
Not a Shabazz in sight.
no, not a Shabazz in sight.
Banaz.
Gorblig Games.
Look how good that
Black.
look. See how fine that printing is? Anyway, right, folks who have been over on the Discord may or may not have seen me going, really like our t-shirts, but also I want better quality t-shirts because print on demand is all right quality, but not as good quality as proper printing. And I've done it. I found somebody who won't cost £1 million and will make nice t-shirts and get a good print.
Awesome. Well done, Millie. They look wicked. You got me a dark blue one. Oh, yes.
Blue.
Nice. It's blue.
Yeah, that's blue on screen. It might be purple in real life, but it doesn't matter as long as it's blue on screen.
If it's blue on screen, then I'm happy.
I think I've got a black one with black writing, right?
No, that's a print.
Charcoal text.
A screen washout, and on the test run, I wasn't prepared to pay for that. But I've got some t-shirts printed. That's my cool news from the week. Graham, have you got any cool news for the week? How are you?
I'm okay. I have a bit of a cold. I literally got to talking to like, oh no, this is going to be slightly awkward. So I'm just going to force
Not
down,
sneeze now.
Power
force
through it.
down those
Yeah.
neural impulses. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm looking forward to Friday and Dragon Vault, Invincible Dam things.
Invincible Dan. Yeah, the
Indeed.
playing dragon heist vault
Yeah,
things.
and you know what? I bought the Golden Vault. I've read most of the first adventure. I really like it. It's a proper heist. So
Be interesting because our party doesn't actually have a rogue.
no.
I feel like that might be critical.
Could
to
be
our-
necessary. Nah.
I mean, you have
What do you need a rogue to do heists for?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's play it on same mode.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
European extreme mode.
Nightmare.
Barbarian mode.
Well, monk, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double
And
monk.
mode.
Double
Punch
monk.
Okay.
kicking.
Double monk.
Yeah. Yeah. And how is Silsilla?
Grumpy.
Okay. Yeah.
Does my eye fix or not? I don't actually know.
We've had literally moments. You got sustained an eye injury.
Oh, I thought we had some.
No, we've just got out of cryo.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough then.
So you're on your way to the med lab
Okay. Yep. That's fine. No worries.
to
So
receive
Grumpy,
medical aid.
Describe Silsilla then.
I have to look up the rules for the medical bay on the Kudapatilla. So he's
Is
grumpy.
that cursed as well?
It's
The whole
probably
ship's
just
cursed.
Like a laughing.
The whole ship. Whole ship is cursed. We see a part of the ship we've never visited.
Just Silsilla's biobed.
before.
Not that one.
How is Pete?
Pete is works a bit crazy at the moment, so Pete's a bit frazzled, but looking forward to some space. Yes, and enjoying a little glass of wine to help the fun along.
Off the space.
Yusuf is coughing up black goo, so a bit concerned.
Yeah.
But feels like his mind has opened to a whole second universe. So
He's in portal space.
going to be asking lots of people lots of weird questions when he meets
Excellent.
them.
That's exactly what you want to be doing in a
Of course,
political.
when you're a mystic
Maybe
on the
stock up
run
some of that
from
black stuff
Algol.
on them first.
Mhm. Yeah, it's gonna be doing well. And how are you, Ben?
I am okay. Yeah. It's going good.
Oh, are you in the right time zone today? Because you play a lot of games.
I
run
am.
A lot of games
Yes.
in different
Our,
time
our
zones.
time zones have lined up with everyone except Australia at the minute. Sorry, Australia.
Oof.
I think they line up with us next week or in the next couple of days, from what I recall. But yes, my time zones have now realigned with North America. So I'm not running around like a headless chicken going, this game is at this time and not at that time.
This game was an hour ago, and this game
Yep.
is in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Good.
And I've started work on a new game called Evil Dragons Must Die,
Evil Dragons Must Die. That is...
which I thought sounded like a nice, subtle intro to D&D.
Yes, very...
Sounds good.
Very unambiguous on the nature of some dragons and their intended outcome. And how is Shanaz?
Shanaz is in the process of redefining the term thirst trap, apparently.
Yes.
See what I did there? I've been working on that all week.
It's good.
Yes, I remembered why.
Because she was thirsty. She did a lot of drinking, and then she was thirsty, and she had a shower.
Went through those coffee cups.
But not alone.
Not alone, no, because she was thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Indeed. So yeah, Shanaz has gained a thirst. Yusuf has got black tar, and Silsila has got an injured eye.
Level 3.
An injured eye. All because we stayed awake during portal space. Some weird, gloopy, misty hounds arrived on board. We loaned Kirsch a Mercurium sword and
Other sensible life choices.
yeah, it was good.
There's a decent chance he would die, so may as well he's going on swing.
Yeah. There were bad dogs, as Kirsch put it.
Bad dogs.
Bad dogs, and they fight. So we return to our friends on the Kudapatilla. Where are? And we're going to take. Was Silsila going by himself to the medical bay? Okay, from Cassim. Yeah, Cassim, not Cassian.
No,
Cassim.
I'd have to pay. Cassim.
Cassim. And if it's not Cassim, I'm going to go back to the older podcasts and edit it, and then re-upload it so it is.
That's dedication.
Yeah, that is. I'll just not mention it ever again. So where is that section of the?
You know what? Something strikes me, Millie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's always, hey, how are all of you doing? But you know what? How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I've got some cool t-shirts. I managed to miss 4 buses yesterday.
Oh, impressive.
It was very impressive. Still managed to get to Birmingham to do big planning session for the UK Games Expo, which is coming in like 60 something days. So there is, I can confirm 100% there is a plan. 100%.
It's a big bit of paper with plan.
No. It's online now. We have a
cool.
PDF, big PDF.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good day. Aside from the missing the 4 buses, it was a long day as well. But yeah, I'm good. The Horizon, because that's my character, right? That's my character. The Horizon.
Not so much.
Bits of it are
Big bad
good.
days.
Bits of it are stressed. Bits of it have no idea what's going on. Bits of it are blissfully aware of nothing and are quite happy. They're going to fight to keep it that way, I think. But yeah, thanks, Ben. No, I appreciate that. We're not going to Alkmaar's. Where's the ship bit gone from my book? I had it before. There we go. So,
We're after nomads or something.
yes, we're off to find some nomads because of Yusuf.
The wonderful nomads of Sadal.
They're not the nomads of Sadal. They're just...
That's just where we last saw them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They may not even be there, but they pointed out where there may be a ship of the ambassador, diplomat.
Yes,
It's ambassador.
Desserin Kai.
Okay.
Desserin Kai. The hold hangar doesn't state where we are. Stasis hold Medlab. A I just need to read you the entrance in the book for what your med lab can do. The med lab is a module used when treating wounds. Read more in chapter 5. Thanks, book. Appreciate that. But okay, so no, it's okay. So you swing past like the stasis chamber that the operatives were in. There is your friend Kasim. He's there. He's now putting like his pants and stuff because he was running around in his underpants with like a fire extinguisher and a gun. Now he's putting some pants and stuff on, maybe a pair of boots and that kind of stuff. There is a guy there who is mostly dressed, and he's like ran in and shot this thing, right? And they're fighting. The model, she's just swinging around, like scratching it. And then he stops as like you come into the room. Like, he looks at you, goes, "You should get to medical, Sil. It's gonna leave a scar."
Oh yeah, but you have a medical corpsman or?
Oh, and the guy who's putting his boots on is like, "Yeah, that's me. You want me to come with you?"
Yes, I figure that self-surgery is probably an option right now.
No. I'm with you. He's like, how's your medical here? Is it good?
I mean, Scylla would know.
I mean, you've got a medical room.
Brace yourself for this, Millie. I found it in chapter 5.
Okay.
It's a table that says MedLab +3 ship module.
Excellent.
You know what? That sounds like a decent thing.
Yeah,
so-
+3 is fairly good.
+3 is good, yeah.
Yeah.
Medicurge.
Yes, let's roll.
So he's asking you questions along the way, like, you know, do you have this? Do you have that? Do you have the other? Stuff that, do you have any points in Medicurgy? All right, stuff that you're just like, I don't know.
I
We've
feel
got,
like, look, I'm the wrong guy.
Band-aids and super glue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Unless
he,
we have the type of, don't have an AI. I'll ask
no,
the
we
AI.
don't have a ship, Jin.
Let's get an AI to tell us all the random stuff.
Okay, you can save up.
Much rather
Money
have-
for that though, Sil.
Much rather have a quirky AI than a cursed ship, right?
You know, like, yeah.
I don't know.
How many families do we have left? What's the replacement eye stock like?
All right,
How
so
quirky.
how quirky. So
Second
we
version of all.
arrive at the med lab, like the door opens, and this project. So since we've like taken over the ship, nobody's used it. Like it's still that sort of like we've been in this ship for what, like
It's got that new MedLab smell.
almost
Dettol.
half a year now. We've been around this ship.
Cool.
Well, no, because it was used
Is
before.
the plastic still on the beds?
No, but you know, like the bed is still sort of tucked in, kind of thing, and there's probably still like a plastic thing. You know, this med lab was sanitized and restocked by Coriolis Medical, or you know what? Well, it won't be. It'll be a subsidiary of the consortium. It would be like some sort of medical company. And you can see like the manifest or whatever they've restocked it with since you took over is still there, and it's signed by somebody. You take a look at it. You frown a bit because it's not. Well, you've got one eye, so you frown a bit. But you know, we would not recognize the name that's signed on the sheet. And this guy, he looks around. He goes, "Oof. Okay, yeah, no, we've got stuff to work with." He pulls over a stool, hits the bed, goes, "Jump up on here, lie down," starts clicking and pulling things around and looking at stuff. And you know, pulling a trolley over, pulling that kind of stuff. He's like, okay, let's have a look. Does that thing where he pulls down magnifying glasses, looks over, and we see that kind of stuff. So while Sulcilla is getting some medical attention, while Shanaz is getting other attention, what is Yusuf getting?
I'm gonna check that the ship's not drifting into some sort of stellar object or something. Gonna go up to the bridge,
Mhm.
check the sensors, make sure there's no peacekeeper or a pariah bloody fleet
Peacekeeper?
coming.
Fine.
Wrong one. Sorry.
Sung. Aaron Sung
Guys have
Sung.
infected me.
Um, okay, so you wander up to the bridge. Adier's there, and they sort of look at you in a like a huh.
Hey.
Hey, no fire then.
It's put out.
Kirsch,
Weird dog things. I don't
said
know.
there was bad dogs.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
not wrong.
we good though? No bad dogs on the ship anymore.
No, they're gone. We let them out.
Okay. Is this one of those weird things that lives like?
Yeah. My bad. I shouldn't have.
Did you just literally say we let the dogs out?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for catching that, Ben.
Oof, oof, oof.
Like the way you're going to reward your terrible pun with more wine.
Good boy, Pete. Good boy.
So Adia folds their arms and leans back in like they're a comms array or something, just checking over stuff. And like, is this because of like, and they tap their head like, is this because of you? Does that what brings things out of portal space? Like I've heard stories.
Not like directly. Like I made a bit of a noise, so I think it's not like I did something to draw it out, right? But we were in portal space. And there were some questions I wanted answered, so I had a little look around. Some people noticed, so a few of them chased us.
They shake their head. There's like bad gins in portal space. You shouldn't be doing that.
Oh no, I know, but like like no one's done it in ages, and
For good
people
reason.
say, "Oh, don't do that, don't." Yeah,
Like
but
they're-
how do you
they're
know?
like-
How do you know? How do you know? How
Because
do you know?
people
Well,
don't
now we
just
know. Now we know. Now we know not to do it. But before, and also we figured out that those butterfly things, they're coming from inside portal space. There's like a nest thing, dancing lights and music. Anyway, don't worry. Yeah.
They shake their head. They're like,
That was my face as well earlier on. Yeah.
they shake their head. They look down at the stuff, the stuff that's kind of coming out of a thing, and it's like so these things like. Is this going to happen every time we do a job?
No. Because I'm not gonna be like, ooh, every time we go through. I'll get in bed. I'll be a good boy. Unless we need to do something in portal space, which I think we do, but I won't. And I'll check with Silsilla.
Nobody needs to do anything in portal space. It's weird.
I think it's important.
No. They shake their head again like, no.
Anyway, look, before all of this portal space nonsense, I was possessing a nomad on a starship which was scanning the planets and found another little ship, and I need to go and check the scanners and stuff.
Yeah, okay. Like, have you ever been out this way before? Because I haven't. Like, we did some stuff, but this place, this end of town, this end of the horizon even, this end of the horizon they're a bit odd out here.
I'll like stamp on the grill and I'll be like, this is as far as I've gone.
Okay. Look, normally we get comms from the portal stations. We've had
No one.
Well, no, we've had contact, but none of it is like person to person contact. It's all text.
Oh, okay.
They're asking for basically IDs and route plan, the routes we've come from, and our emigration status. And they nod. They're like, I know. Like,
That's weird.
and some stuff like that.
Not applicable.
Well, I didn't want to fill anything in case. And
we'll wait for Silsilla for that. Just say.
and they press a button, right? They press a button on the thing, and the door to the bridge closes. That kind of thing. Well, I didn't want to fill anything in case, like, are we on some sort of secret mission? We've got them.
We're always on a secret mission.
Consult. Like, I don't know whether do we have an immigration status because.
I think we'll wait for Silsilla. It's above my pay grade. I just mess about with the dark between the stars.
All I do
Long ways in the portal.
non-Euclidean geometry. That's my limit. Everything else.
Eddie is like, can you not do that in portal space?
Don't deal with real space.
just do real. Yeah, can you not? Okay, I will.
So they're weird here, right?
Yeah.
They're like hardcore. I mean, I've read some stuff on a tabula like before I went to sleep, and they're like hardcore, like even more hardcore, right?
Like different hardcore
masks and stuff.
Masks, and they have like religious order, but not like the pariah religious order. This is all of the icons. All of the icons.
Okay. I don't think we need to go down there though, right? We're looking for the ship, and the out of character was the same system, right? That I saw had the vision in. Yeah.
You
I'm just
saw
it was a few weeks ago now,
it was
so
a
I'm
while
just trying
ago.
to remember.
It was about a month ago actually, because we had some time off, didn't we?
True.
Yeah, you saw the nomads. They were whoever was doing like the navigation or whatever on the nomad ship was doing tracking stuff. They caught like the diplomatic escape pod or something dropping into like a moon or something, wasn't it?
That was it. Yeah. So I'm going to go over to the sensors and try and first off see if that nomad ship's still around, but then like find that moon.
Okay. Yeah. Let's have a. What would it be? I think it'd be tech or data gin, maybe.
Okay. Well, let me get the dice out. I may need to push that roll.
Okay.
Still figures Tiger's point. Stop playing my bitches.
3 successes.
Wow. Okay. All right. So you find the nomad ship. It has continued on. It is further out of the system than you would. So at some point in the conversation on the bridge, they've decided not to stop.
Sure.
Or they're
just like heading out,
and they're just continuing,
deep space.
like this, continuing on. Like they probably have a route that'll take them around here, but it'll take them weeks, months to get to other parts of the system, even traveling as fast as they can. They just that's part of the journey. That's part of their life.
Yeah.
So they've moved on, but they are still like if you wanted to go out and talk to them, catch up with them, meet them, within range. There is like this small flotilla of small caravan of nomad ships, and they've all got like the names are the Yusuf more look like just collections of. Like they don't look like real words. They're obviously in some long traditional tongue that isn't isn't in like the information you've got on the system or a language, a local language he's come across. It's like whatever tradition they're started
offshoot
with.
Dialect or something.
Yeah, something like something odd. I mean, it's a bit like only ever speaking European languages and then suddenly coming in contact with Korean. It's a bit like what even is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these collections of ships and they're just sublight chugging on. You can see there are 2 planets, the Sadal and Bahram. The moon that this that you've identified is in orbit of Bahram, not one of the main It's not the main place. There is a lot of traffic around Bahram, like in terms of orbit kind of thing, and you would quickly kind of spot that it's a lot of folks bringing work from the planet up to space. It's a lot of shipping things around.
Okay.
It almost looks like they're constructing a new dockyards, a new shipyards or something outside Bahram.
Interesting.
So yeah, there's that kind of stuff going on. There's very tightly controlled sort of movements around Sadal, and there is no portal caravan around here to leave.
Oh.
There's nothing like you'd expect normally when you jump out of portal space. There are people waiting to jump. There's folks lingering around, like you folks did, like lingering around a portal station until you get a bunch of folks. But there's none of that. So you've worked out where this pod would be, this little moon.
Cool.
It's probably like Bahram 2. Not got a database name. It might have a local name, but it's not got a database name.
Sure.
The nomads are on the way. And then, there's this unusual amount of, I don't know, but there's a busy traffic coming around Bahram, potentially constructing the shipyards.
I'm going to send a little image down to Silsila's tabula of the moon, and it just says, bingo.
And the medics, like, put that down, stay still. Like, stay still. Okay, so carry on. Adia goes through like a bunch of stuff to make sure, like they're an engineer, so they're gonna go through all that kind of stuff. They get up after they've run all this stuff, and they're like, "Well, seems as you, well, not you, but," and they gesture like other people, "we're shooting down in the cargo hold. I'm going to take a bit of a look around, make sure nothing's slow punctured, ruptured."
Good idea. You never know with Silsila's kind of trigger happy attitude what may have been.
Yeah, because
no, to be honest, I had my Vulcan carbine out, so I might have put a hole through the dorsal nacelle or something. I don't know.
Let's hope not.
I'll hand them a coffee from the machine.
Like, praline cappuccino. Yeah. They take that, pick up like, I don't know, something on tool belt or something, and like, here's Yusuf, and head off, leaving you there to sort of plot routes.
Sit in captain's chair.
But the portal station is like it sends a further request.
I might just message him back and say we'll respond to you soon with our data, or so they know we're not just ignoring them.
Okay,
so like a little data incoming,
preparing
or something,
data, please hold, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. They'll probably acknowledge no flight path, no entry into Sadal space until details confirmed. Okay, but you can't come in, essentially.
Completely understand. Crazy icons.
Yeah.
But only 8 of them.
Only 8 of them, yeah. 8, not the 9th. So Shanaz, you finish your shower. These chaps are a bit like, okay, bye.
Knackered and lying on the floor.
Yeah, this young one, this one who was like, oh, is like, all right, thanks, but and his crewmate is like, come on, like, don't be a loser about this. Let's go. Let's be cool. Be cool.
No,
be cool.
I will not call you.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Come on, sort of thing. Is there anything you wanted to get up to? Like, is there anything Shanaz needs to do while she's in private? Like, literally, not with 2.
No, culturally speaking, it's my job to know about places. So how much do I know about Sadal and environs?
Let's have
I mean, am I good to use knowledge that I, Ben, have, or do we need to roll to see how much knowledge?
let's
Shanaz
make a
has.
culture roll for Shanaz.
Okay.
Roll some culture and see.
Culture is 1, 2, 3 successes.
Nice, critical success. So I think for the most part, you know, as much as what have you got? What have we got? Like the Coriolis Atlas,
The Atlas,
Community
yeah.
Atlas. Yeah. So for the most part, everything that's in there, you'd probably know. I think that might mention.
Masks.
No, I'm more like it. I think it mentions in there the consortium
Yes,
rep.
yeah.
Shanaz might not necessarily know their name, sort of thing, but
Yeah, I don't think I've got a name either.
yeah, that kind of stuff. But yeah, for the
Yeah,
most
she
part,
probably speaks a smattering of the language, then enough to get by, make polite conversation
yeah, some of the
without having to be in Zenny.
they don't do much Zenny out this way.
No.
Cool,
One of the rats pick.
maybe. All right, Silsilla. Who's going to make this Medicare you roll?
I mean, Silsilla isn't killing me.
All right, but do you want to roll the dice or should I?
I don't mind. You can roll them if you want.
Oh, okay. In that book, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. What? Why don't I just tell you the start? Yeah. So 4, 7. So he's going to roll 10 dice with the aid of the Oh, good.
I got one.
Okay. Do you want him to push the roll?
I don't know how it works. Can he do better than if he gets multiple successes? Does that help? Because if so, sure. I mean, it's still not double figures.
So you need one success. Like we're talking about saving, like your bifocal vision here, like saving the eyes. One like before you spend the darkness point, give me a darkness point. One success will, but will very definitely leave scarring. Like you will look mean. Yeah. More successes will allow him to, like, he's got it quick enough. You're going to have a couple of days of like stitching. Depends on whether you want Silsilla to have a badass pirate scar. Okay, so we are re-rolling. So did you keep your one success?
I did.
Okay.
So it's gone total of nice.
Praise Nuffle.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, you've just been given a re-roll. Thank you, Stonebender.
Oh, okay. Is that one dice or all of them?
So you can re-roll the roll if you want, or you can save it for later.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yes, I have now. Oh, that's 2. Your re-roll was clearly your luck rather than mine because I got 2 on considerably less than 19 dice.
Okay.
So altogether, I have 4 successes.
No, because we re-rolled. One of them is not a push. One of them is a re-roll.
re-roll?
Does that make sense? So what was your first roll was 1 and your last roll was...
I got 1, 1 and 2. So
you got 3. Critical success. Okay. So unless...
third eye time as well.
No, you'd have to put points in miscip powers. So unless you, Graham, want Silsilla to have a cool scar, this chap who is like stitching you up, doing medical.
I'm gonna say no. Like a covert operative having an identifying scar probably doesn't help.
Okay. So he's putting spray skin on and that kind of stuff. For the next couple of days, you are going to have like an eye patch because obviously you've just had a lot of stuff done. Pirate Captain Silsilla.
That does half your recovery time, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you will A, have your vision, B, have no scar, C, just have a pirate patch for a little bit.
All right.
Cool.
I'm going to put Google.
He gives you obviously he doesn't write a prescription and stuff, but he goes to your medicine cabinet sort of thing and it's like, you should take some of this for a couple of days, you should take some of this for a couple of days. You should probably get down to your chapel because I do the medicine. This if Kasim was right, these things are like bad juju stuff. No, I appreciate that, but there might be like marks on, and he like gestures to your chest, like you know.
No, I understand. I'm sure the
like,
deckhand's got my back, so we'll go and pray.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. And he looks around, like he starts to put things in and tidying up after this surgery. You can feel like tight bits of stuff where this sort of thing is, and poke the stuff. There's probably going to be a bit of swelling or something in a couple of days. Yeah. Big goggles on it, your knitted flight suit and your flight helmet.
The flight helmet's not knitted.
No, it's crochet, obviously.
Yeah. Really well laid. That jacket folding.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he's going to clean up the
right.
med bay and
I will thank the man for his efforts.
Mm-hmm. I'd name him, but I'll forget it.
That'll be Jim, hasn't it?
Why? No, you'd be Jim. Is he not called Leonard? Lenny?
Maybe I'm confused.
It's McCoy.
McCoy is
first name?
Leonard McCoy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then I got it completely wrong, so my apologies.
He says,
damn it, Jim.
Yeah, he's talking to James Kirk.
Yeah. Oh no.
No, you okay?
I'm just, the map is a bit
Okay.
crumbed.
Yeah, so you're done. Unless careful. Please no. It'll be fine.
We have a loads of water deep canvas map. And I was like, it's quite badly creased with the stuff we have on it now, so
It's fine.
I'm trying to fix it.
It's all fine. Now I look short. But yeah, you're done. Adia is cleaning up. There's probably something on the intercom that Adia is like, Kersh, get down here, kind of thing, and you hear like Kersh be like, okay, I'm coming.
Go and pray.
Okay, who you praying to?
The deckhands.
Okay.
And I like the judge.
Well, you can only mechanically benefit from one.
I will pray
icon.
to the most appropriate.
Not very helpful,
Is that
Graham.
the lady?
Lady of Tears? Yeah, Lady of Tears will do your Medicare, if that's what you want.
Yeah, that's, be able to properly cry instead of that of one.
Okay.
Then, so the Lady of Tears, requisite time.
Mm-hmm.
And I will go in there and maybe buzz Shanaz on the way for a quick planning session in the cockpit.
Okay, so there's probably about half an hour where Yusuf and Shanaz can. Is Shanaz just reading up on Sadal and Bahram and that kind of stuff?
Fishing out a fancy party mask.
Okay.
When we say mask, we're talking about surgical mask, plague doctor mask, Belle of the Ball masks.
Masquerade.
Yeah,
Painted
like
faces on parade.
Excellent.
Venetian style.
Hide your face so the world will never find you.
Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff.
Only common folk wear the little paper masks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Shanaz is just going through her wardrobe, finding the appropriate mask that she probably already has somewhere.
Just a 3.
Not until we steal that bloody 3D clothing printer.
Oh, okay.
And Yusuf, you just making sure everything's operational and working with
usual like post portal flight checks and checking power levels and and all
imagine
that.
there's a bit of back and forth with Adia, like, all right, run
exactly.
run
I'm
the
checking it
diagnostics
from up
on
here
junction
and-
17.
Yeah.
All right, what's it saying here? Because it's it's blue, kind of stuff.
Yep.
That's called Dark Morph Incursion.
Mock incursions. So we've been out of portal for maybe 2 hours. The ship is, fine. Kirsch is probably like, we need more of this. We use lots of this. Also, why are holes in the deck? Why I know this dot, that kind of stuff. Addy's like, shush. We've got some polyfiller, it'll be fine.
I imagine most of the ship is polyfiller and duct tape at this point. We're
Noodles and glue.
indestructible.
Noodles and glue. Kasim and his crew are still because obviously there's stuff being done in the cargo bay where they'd normally go and chill. They're staying in that stasis suite. A couple of them have gone to the chapel. So as you kind of come out, Silsilla, like one of them goes in, kind of thing.
Lot of acknowledgement.
Okay.
Do they ask me questions?
No, they don't ask you.
Really? Okay. They're just like, what happened?
Like, I mean, I assume they've asked Kasim questions, kind of thing. But also, like, this guy's come in to do a little bit of prayer and stuff. So he's,
Okay.
kind of thing. You can go and chat with them later if you want. But you and Yusuf up on the bridge, kind of the portal station.
Yeah, Silsilla swings past and is like, oi, get up to the bridge. Then I will do.
Yeah, like you said. So all three of you up on the bridge.
The local authorities are asking for the usual stuff, but also our emigration status.
Oh, yes, that's a thing here. You're not allowed to leave. Nobody's allowed to leave. Nobody emigrates away from Sadal. Not a done thing.
I wonder why there wasn't a caravan.
You don't come in, you don't go out. Very exclusionary. The only people who are allowed to come and go even a little bit are the consortium. So we should be okay because consortium. But they don't know that we're here. And in fairness, it's not like they're going to stop us, really, is it? We could do the numbers ourselves if we have to.
I imagine many messages blockade anyway, so we can just claim whatever we like.
Yeah, we're not staying, are we? We're
travelling through.
Picking up the councillor and leaving.
And I'll point out the moon.
Okay.
So around Barham 2, I think.
Oh, even better. That's much better. Yes, staying away from Sadal is fine.
Yeah, I assume
they're building something in orbit.
To respond to this sort of stuff. So, like, if I've ever been anywhere, in fact, Kasim as well. They must have had a plan and must have known that we're going to get asked these questions.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna bring him up to ask him these stuff? Like, this is specifically like an opportunity to decide, because he's under the impression you're part of the mission, and you might already have your cover story for getting into Sadal system and getting Desser and Kai and going forwards.
Still know how to flag it.
There's a load of construction going on around Barham. Maybe we could fit into that somehow. I don't know. External contractors coming in to
Before we
help.
do that, have we got a beacon on pod? Do we know that Desiree and Kai is still down there?
No. But the last thing I saw through the Nomad's eyes was the pod beeping near that moon.
Okay, so that's what we need to do then. We need to get a fix on the pod. If it's crashed into the moon, we need to know where. If it hasn't crashed into the moon,
closer.
we need to know where it is.
Mm-hmm. I've squeezed everything out of the sensors here I can from this point. We need to get a bit closer, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But they not letting us move until we give them all our deets. And I just said, hold, please.
We can't go into now space. Do they mean the planet, or do they mean like the
I
whole
think they
system?
mean the system.
Yeah, this whole system is ruled by
It's called
Sadal.
Sadal, isn't it? So
Yeah, but I mean, they could have meant the actual, Sidal, the planet.
I think
all right, then.
Yeah.
Are we gonna lag it then? Like,
Happy to. What do you need?
I mean,
Yeah. I turned as Silsila said that. I looked over at Shanaz.
Shanaz is just putting down her second cup of coffee.
I'll tell you what. Can you mind
Oh,
walk some of the
two. Come on.
Yeah, cool. Can you mind walk some of the contractors and see what their clearance is or anything? What they remember putting
If I
in?
meet him, I have to see him, talk to him.
Okay, fair enough then. Do you know? Can you do it to the Nomad and find their clearance?
Problem is, it's often like what they're doing at the time.
Okay, no, that's fine. No worries.
I
Then.
can't really I don't like puppet anyone or anything like that. That's creepy.
Okay. So we could just make something up with Colonial Space Agency at the start of it.
Yeah.
And just see what if you're happy with that, then we'll just write, Colonial Space Agency 1AA.
Can we see the construction area around Barham? Is there any kind of predominance of a certain type of ship or anything like that?
I mean, from this distance, you're too far away. What you're sort of picking up is like transponder and traffic,
just
pings moving around, and like Yusuf's probably done. Like he's a labourer, that kind of stuff. He will have. It's his.
There's going to be some stevedores there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that sort of stuff will kind of be obvious to him.
They were going to the construction.
Well, we need to know.
We don't want to go down to Sadal,
happening?
right? Because that's like weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get over towards Barham.
Okay.
So we can get closer and scan.
I'll tell them we're Ambassadorial Corps here to collect a passenger and leave again.
Yeah.
Why not tell them enough of the truth?
That it's partial truth.
Yeah, that sounds really good. And we just put
That's
Space
cool.
Agency all over.
And then if they mind scan you, then you're
Yeah.
at least telling the truth.
Good luck trying that.
Get a tinfoil hat with your modifications.
It didn't work last time someone tried.
All right then, yeah. Let's do that, and then we'll transmit and then set up in that, we assume everything's fine manner.
Okay.
Like not fast, not slow, normal speed.
Okay. So what do we send? We send not
Greetings, Portal Station. This is the Colonial Transport Ship. Insert name of ship. Is it? Are we going to base? We haven't got multiple transponders, have we? We've only got the one.
No.
This is Colonial Transport Ship Kudat Batilla on a retrieval run for a diplomat out of Coriolis, simply coming to collect and return them home. And I'll do it in the local language as much as possible.
they only want it in text.
Oh, okay, they can
want,
have it in
like,
text.
Well, yeah, but like you assume at some point it's going to be translated into whatever.
Yeah, fine. They can have it in text.
Yeah. And an icon blessing on the end for there's a bargain icon. A trade one.
The messenger.
The merchant.
Okay. Okay. So
I believe they give equal weight to 8 of the icons here.
Yeah.
So just add blessings of the 8 upon you.
Mm-hmm.
Octo blessings.
Octo blessings. Cthulhu blessings. All right, so we send this over. We tell them that we're here for transporting a diplomat from Coriolis. There is like a couple of beats. And then it sends you like a lot of it's not necessarily welcome to the Sadal system, have a nice trip information, but it is literally like, do not go to this place, do not go over here. You are not
Code.
Yeah, to a degree, a code legal sort of, these are Sadal only flight routes. This is this kind of stuff. You're not authorized for approach or engagement or landing with Sadal. You are approved for a number of places on Bahram, and it says should you break these agreements with the colonial agency, with the consortium, head of consortium affairs in the region will be put on trial in your absence. Like they say, like if you do this, we will take it out on consortium rep of the area.
Oh no, a Zenithian gets a wrist slap.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's all very sternly worded stuff. Again, no video.
Let's do it.
No video, and no voice comms. It's all text comms, data packets, that kind of stuff.
Ugh, they're very rude.
Yeah. And yeah, it plots you out like a route to Bahram. Bahram. Puts you this route, suggests you leave, and it might. Yeah, it probably puts you like on a timer as well. Like you have, the agreement would be within 9 days. Yeah, 9 days. Novena, you've got 9 days to be in and be out. If not, then your visa has expired, and they will. What is it? They will
send a sternly worded letter to a
you guys must
PO
get
box.
The best trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. I guess let's go look for a diplomat's lifeboat.
Mm-hmm.
Or the nomad ship.
Nomad ship's over there, I'll say.
Is it in the same direction as background?
It's gone out.
It's gone further. Like on the very edge of the
now.
system. Now, you could catch it up. You're quite a fast ship. These are old generational ships. You could go and catch them up if you wanted to talk to the nomads. No, God no.
If we have to go after the nomads, we're going to have to make a run for the nomads. Be quick about it. We'll probably get chased.
From what I remember when I was mind walking, they weren't necessarily fussed about it. They were like, it's not our problem.
Yeah, we can go look for it.
So if it's not there, then maybe they did scoop it.
We've got clearance for Bahram anyway, which should get us close enough for instrumentation to pick up the pod. If there's someone in the pod, great. We pick them up, turn around, and leave again.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be great? It's not going to happen because it's us.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, at some point there's going to be inevitably running and shooting and shouting, and I will
Drunken
probably
phone calls.
Have to dress up in a ridiculous outfit and convince someone of something.
It's funny how you always seem to end up doing that, Shanas.
Like the Scott
I'll say, and I'll turn around and start doing some work. I fear her serious gaze upon me.
All right, so we're gonna head off to Bahram. As we get closer, Kasim, like you probably can see him sort of heading up the corridor. You might even like beepity beep. I'm on my way to the bridge. Still, what's going on? Click. So unless you want to meet him in like the.
No, I mean we don't have any reason to trust him.
No, bring him up.
All early enough to fight with us, so.
So he like appears on the bridge. He's like, okay, have you made contact local, or you want me to get in touch with Cloud?
Good. We there to be near the moon.
Okay. Sure. We've got a location on him already. Do you know where he is? Is he on like a structure on the moon? What's the intel that we've got?
Escape pod.
Right. Well,
An escape pod. So the ship has been attacked, or
Not sure.
really short, tight beam message with some coordinates and pod. So we're going to go there. If it's there, cool. If not, then we might go back to our source, but whether they're willing to help further or not, we're not sure yet. So let's see what we can do ourselves.
okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll prep. What's an ETA? When are we gonna?
What is the...
I mean, you could be there in a couple of hours. It wouldn't, take that long to get there.
Yeah, okay. 90 minutes, 2 hours.
He's like, okay, I'll go and prep the folks. And turns around and leaves.
Tactical assimilation and DCS by 0800.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
What does Shinaz know about the nomads? Will they talk to us? Are they super insular and don't speak to outsiders?
They'll talk.
Might be
It's a
worth...
matter of, do we have anything of interest to them more than anything else? They're moving.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing what they can do to, well, head out by the looks of things. Their plan is to survive whatever the coming conflict shapes up to be by not being anywhere.
Well, we could ask them about the pod, see what they say. We're just looking for one of these. Have you seen it? Contact 2 or 3 nomad ships, so it doesn't look super sus that we picked the one guy.
Pick the exact one.
I think give us a chance to actually just pick the guy up first and have a nice smooth mission before we make any complications for ourselves.
Well, that's fine. That's what I was asking. What they're like.
Seem to be on preemptive damage control, Shinaz.
Well, if they've already picked him up, then it would save time to contact them. So
true, but
from
if he's
what I
been
could
picked up,
tell,
I suspect he's probably on the nascent station thing that they're building, or
what I
down
could
on the
tell
planet.
Is it hadn't been interfered with.
okay, well, let's go there, do some scans, look for life sign, etc. And what
Okay.
do we find?
So we like fly through the Sadal system over towards Barham. As we get closer, we can see what Yusuf was talking about. It does look like they're constructing some sort of like big shipyard, space dock kind of construction. And it's almost it's one of those sort of things where you have to kind of come around Bahram. So from like this the main kind of route from the portal station to this, it's almost like just out of visual kind of range, kind of like, you're not going to spot it immediately. You might not even, like, especially if you've come from a more metropolitan system, you might not even suspect something like that. It's just a busy traffic in the area kind of thing. Yusuf sort of knowing this kind of stuff, getting a critical success on his role and that kind of thing, it sort of sparked ideas. As we get closer, scanning, immediately you kind of see there is some really weird like radiation going on. Parts of southern Bahram are strangely like hard to scan, and also the moon's southern sort of sort of lower sort of half of the moon are odd to
Out of the portal emission, because I'm suddenly like, shit, are they trying to build like another portal gate or something?
Nobody knows how to make the portals work.
Nobody that we know, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, is the radiation similar to the spike things that came from portal space?
Somebody want to make a tech roll?
Yeah, I'm all right at tech. Anyone assist with me with tech?
I will assist you.
All right then. Let's press buttons and wiggly weeds.
Wibbly woos.
Wibbly whip. This whole system's full of widdly weep. It's a very Star Trek episode this week.
I'll feed in my previous scan data to you, so you can, that's how I'm helping, kind of thing.
I got 2 successes.
2 successes. There are elements of portal radiation here. There is also, and maybe it sort of sticks out to Silsilla. There is also warp, like traditional sort of radiological stuff here. Old, like you can probably tell, because you can tell like how long the radiation has been around and things like that. Half-life of that stuff. You're putting this sort of stuff probably to the Portal Wars. Whatever happened here during the Portal Wars has done some seriously bad stuff to Bahram, the southern hemisphere of Bahram, and some of the moons. Like whatever went down out this way was
pretty close to kinds of still lively.
Yeah, I don't, unless they're using it somehow. Like they're deliberately coming. As we get closer, most of the ships coming up from the southern hemisphere.
They come in from what would sort of be displayed, because you must have like geographical data. Like, this is where they're coming up from a place called Newlands, which is roughly equatorish. It's like a string of kind of islands around the equator. Definitely one of the closest settlements to the radiological kind of area. The Namtar winds. As they are referred to, which I guess might come up on the thing, like no-fly zone Namtar winds sort of stuff.
Very cute.
But yeah, a lot of the traffic is coming from there. But it's like trying to work out like what sort of industry or how big ships are coming up from there. It's hard because the Namtar winds, this radiological interference is covering up a lot of it. But you can see like the lights, like the engine lights moving, sort of like blast off sort of things every now and again.
Great cover for like whatever they're doing. It's hard to read what's going on.
The nomads did take him. You have to be quite a bit of a dick just to lead someone to something like this.
I don't know. They were kind of talking about it and saying, "No, we're just going to carry on." They were like, "We have our, mission or whatever." They're crazy people. I mean, they're just flying out into space. Look.
I mean, we have a mission implies a purpose. To be fair.
Yeah, but the nomad mission is like a spiritual mission of generations, not in Silsilla's sense.
Our people will go out into the stars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's look for the.
Okay, so we sort of continue past Bahram. As we come round, we can see they are definitely constructing something big out this way. We start running like scans as we get out this way. Let's have another data gin roll.
Oh.
And while we're rolling that, a message comes through. Ooh,
Oh, that was your roll, Peter.
No, you wish. You wish.
All 6s. Best roll ever.
I'm going to push that. If that's all right with you. Yeah.
Of course it's all right with me. Why would I not let you push a roll, Pete?
You only need to check when it's about 20.
1, 2. Oh, that was a 6.
That was a 6 we saw on the camera.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
3 successes.
Okay, so we critical success. All right, so Yusuf's there scanning everything, checking over. He's got a little insight on what the frequency for this pod might be because he's, clairvoyantly located it previously. And while he's doing that, I'm going to make the quick assumption that Shanaz's general station is somewhere around communications, that sort of thing.
It seems like a safe bet, doesn't it?
Yeah, you get
We call it
a
the
social media way. I know somebody who'd sit there. You get an incoming communication, and it's addressed to colonial diplomatic transport, like the thing you gave the portal station. It's addressed to that, and it has in the data, it's another text one. It is in the data. It says, please provide additional colonial consortium credentials.
You have those, Silsilla? Additional consortium credentials?
Ask him. Tell him that we want to stay on the down low a bit and not out ourselves for our own mission. So he can use his at this point.
Okay.
I might be able to swing something if we need it.
Take your pick, Shanaz. We can either get Kasim to send his, or you can try and wing it. Already know Silsilla's down for wing
I've been
it.
running through name lists on people we know in the area to see if there is anyone we know in the area, and I do have a contact here that we could use.
Okay, if you want to try that, go for it.
Friend in every port?
I was going to go with well connected, but friend in every port works just as well.
Yeah.
Well connected.
He says go for it. Well, his hands on the afterburner.
Well connected doesn't cost a darkness point.
Okay. Okay. So who does Shanaz know here? We don't have to contact them right now, or do you want to wait in case we do choose to contact them?
Yunus Bahij, who is a consortium facilitator of my acquaintance. I introduced him to his wife.
Oh, nice. Matchmaking.
Yeah.
As part of a threesome.
Not everything a courtesan does is naked.
There's so much more to the career than just the boinking.
Sorry, it just felt because of the shit.
The Macron.
Gosh, Yusuf. Buy into this terrible propaganda of the lesser educated folks. Okay, so Eunice, right? Okay. So, do we want to contact them? Do we want to just reply to this again text message? Like it's odd that the Sadal system and everything seems to do so much in text, but like Shanaz says, when most folks don't speak Zeni and they're all using their own local dialect, it kind of makes sense, but it does add that extra layer of like formality to everything.
Now I shall ping a message across to my friend.
Okay.
Contacts.
Cool. There is a few moments, and then you get like a voice. I think there'd be a little bit of delay, but we could do like real time kind of thing, like a moment or two delay. It comes up. It's got like the consortium logo kind of thing. You see that they're like, since you introduced them to their wife, since you last spoke with them, like they've got a slightly elevated title, that kind of stuff. So they've been doing all right for themselves, kind of thing. And it comes up, and it comes up. There's that moment or two where it's like, like Shanaz, you're in the Sadal system. Welcome. Oh, so good to see you. And he calls out to somebody like, come here, Shanaz is here, look. This like woman's face kind of comes into the camera and it's like, then goes back off kind of thing. Like, that kind of stuff. And it's all cute kind of thing. Like, what are you doing here? What?
I'm on an extended contract for the colonial agency doing little diplomatic work.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
we had Destiny and Kai here just a little while ago.
yes, about that. Has he passed on yet to a different system? Did he leave?
Yeah, I think I wasn't privy to the whole negotiations, but he was meeting with some of the folks, the from Sadal, some of the clergy here. He's meeting some of the governors of Bahram.
We've had a bit of a communications blackout with this business in Neymar. I was. So
Yeah, it's been hard to get coffee, and he mentions like a couple of things. Hard to get things through. We've been on this. I would kill for some of the sparkling wine from Alcamar's. Oh,
understandably so. It's not something that you get very often this far out.
but he met with the governors. He met with things. Week or two of negotiations. Namia was very happy. Everything seemed to go well, and he left.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't had any messages back, so maybe he went on to the next destination. That's fine. We can always catch up with him there. But we need to do a little layover for a few hours to a few days. And we just need to put through some consortium identities just to sort of smooth the path a little bit. Do you mind running through a... I just totally brain farted on words today. Sorry.
You want some landing passes and
Yeah, that would be fantastic. If you could, it'd be great to catch up. We could do lunch.
Okay. Give me and then he sort of leans back and maybe puts his hand over the camera kind of thing, and there's some sort of conversation. It's like, okay, yes, give us a couple of hours. We can have a meal ready. We'll get you down. Maybe we can introduce you to Namia. You can have a chat. You can carry on. We can refuel.
That sounds perfect.
And that kind of, and he's like, yeah. And then the woman comes back and is like, again, and and it's like, I'm gonna make, and she lists off like a bunch of things, like there's an extended kind of conversation about food.
Just get him to like shoot a quick recommendation, bona fides type thing over to the people asking us for additional identification.
Just tell them that landing pass over. That's unusual enough for them to think, oh, really? Because we're not saying, yes, we're here. We're saying, actually, we're going to go on your planet. You don't let anyone do that, but we're coming here anyway.
Mm-hmm. All right, so yeah, it takes
reply to them with confirmation that landing passes are being pushed through and we'll be coming into system and heading down to the planet.
So yeah, it takes a little while. The text request it comes back like understood, acknowledged, sort of thing. You get another sort of update, maybe a text from Eunice, who's like, okay, this is our local landing pad. This is where we're going to be. This kind of stuff. It's not on the Newlands, which are like a bunch, like a archipelago, like a bunch of islands, but it is in like the bigger sort of settlement from there. That's got a big, it's a big commercial. Not commercial.
Yeah, they've got a shipyard down there, haven't they?
In the Newfoundlands, yeah. Sorry, the Newlands. But you're on like a mainland. It's not a big city by any means of Coriolis, Kua, that kind of stuff. But it will
Space Norwich.
Yeah, but it will be is what you get.
Oh, Space Milton Keynes.
Space Milton Keynes, yeah. And a lot of the things here, like you can see a lot of this as you're sort of making your approach down to the things. A lot of the surrounding area, a lot of what's going on is agriculture. There are huge sort of kelp farms in the ocean nearby and that kind of stuff. There's a lot of like fishing and that kind of thing going on as well. You land. It's not like you're greeted with a fleet of cars and that kind of stuff, but you are greeted by somebody from the consortium, and they're sort of like, okay, we've got these passes for you, we've got these the kind of things for you, this kind of stuff. On the way down, what have we explained to Cassim? Is like, is he gonna? You'll have to literally go much closer to the moon.
Sorry, I thought we could do that as we made our approach. Is that not a thing we can manage?
Oh, we had Yusuf did a tech roll, didn't he? Yeah, data gen. And he got 3 successes. He did the 2 successes as once. My bad. I think it was 3, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 3. Because 1 rolled over, and then we made sure it was right. Okay. So as we fly in, we do pick up the pod. It is close to the sort of radiological warning, and you've probably got like a 10-kilometer zone that you'd have to either get much closer to, like fly over, or get down there and hike through to find out.
So it's on the planet.
It's on the moon. It's on Bahram 2.
Bahram 2. Okay. But it's there.
Narrowing it down, it's in like this 10-kilometer zone on.
Sure, gotcha. Yeah.
So can we throw someone out the back door to go and collect it?
You wanna? Well, this is the other option. You could let Cassim and stuff go off to, or you could split the party again and go out, send Cassim off to find out.
Shinaz, why don't you pop out and grab it?
You don't have like a little shuttle or anything.
No, we don't.
Do that in.
No.
That's like, yeah, that'd be tricky.
What does Shinaz want?
So before we land, like as we're sort of coming through low orbit, so we've got a moment to not.
Look, I've got to say, I am starting to get suspicious that this is about to hit our usual levels of complication. From the sound of things, he came, he diplomatized, everything went fine, he left again. So I've been invited to go down, have dinner with some friends of mine, get introduced to the people he was negotiating with, do a follow-up visit. So from the sound of things...
You want us to drop you off?
Can do. If you want to head back up and go and take a look at the moon.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's there. I'll say, pointing to the thing on in there.
If you've got it narrowed down that much, you might as well take the squad and make the most of it. And I'll...
Well, do you want someone to hang around and keep you safe from weirdos with masks?
Bahram doesn't really wear masks. It's mostly Sadal that does that.
I haven't. Yusuf has no idea.
No, don't worry about it. It's the opposite of the spa.
Well, what we could do.
You two went down to the planet. I stayed on the moon. This time I go down to the planet. You go to the moon.
And do close protection with Shinaz. That means that me and Pete could play those two, and you can be one of the squad. So if we are going to end up,
I like it. Ben could be the Kazim.
Oh, yeah, you're a clever.
Look at that. That's cool.
Just in case, we don't know where the divergence is and whether
like
the there or there. So if we split it, so we can be left and right, you can be Kasim, and yeah.
Oh,
awesome.
Nice.
How that?
I'm in.
All right then.
Get to play a competent combat character.
I mean, you could play the medic edge if you want.
Yeah.
He's probably competent in combat as well, but he's got 7 in med.
Take the medic edge.
Yeah, that would be where Cassim would say to.
Look, we can shoot you, but we don't have any bandages.
Or any that kind of stuff. Okay, so Shinaz and 2 of the operatives are going to go down to the planet, have tea, meet folks. Cassim, Yusuf, Silsila, and the other 2 are going to go to the moon to find the diplomat. Adi and Kirsch and 50 capybara are going to stay on the Kudapatilla just in case.
They want to come along.
50.
I don't know.
Well, it is now.
Nobody went in to check what she was doing.
Bloody hell.
Mm-hmm.
Those coffins are going to stink.
500 capybara.
But I mean, there's only like 10 coffins in there, right?
And a
It's like how
capybara, you could get 4.
I know it's going to be a bunch in each one. It's going to be smelly.
Only one of those boxes that Kirsch brought on board is actually full of capybara, and they're embryonic capybara. And the other box is a speed aging device that just feeds capybara embryos into, and they pop out as adult capybara 10 minutes later.
My God. It's a little time
She's
hole.
got it above a
She
barbecue.
just pushes it through and it comes out grown up.
Embryo in, pop, onto the
Capybara hot dogs. But
there's a mincer at the end of it.
but they're going to stay on the ship? Are you going to leave your ship empty?
No.
We're sort of teaching.
I love that we trust the people we stole from some pirates so much that we leave them to guard our ship wherever we are.
I mean, I think morally, the better people.
That's true.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. So we do that, right? So it lands, so sort of pilots the ship in. We see these kelp farms, this agriculture dominance on most of them, the sort of mainland. But it is a very ocean heavy planet, like these new lands, this archipelago where there's this kind of stuff, and we're on like the biggest sort of city there, Space Milton Keynes. Someone from the consortium is there to meet. They've got like Shanaz written on a card, and a nice-ish looking vehicle to take them off, kind of thing. And the protection detail, they're sort of just watching and moving along, kind of thing. We wave, and then the ship takes off.
Bye, boys. Have fun storming the castle.
So we sort of move through the city towards like it's basically like a consortium compound. So there's obviously like the office and the administration block, this sort of skyscraper kind of thing, all glass. It's got the consortium overarching kind of branding, but also then probably down it in like different like screens or hollow projectors, that kind of stuff. All the subsidiary, because the consortium is a consortium of hundreds of stuff. So all the subsidiary companies that are working here and bringing things to Bahram or trading with the folks of Bahram. And there are a lot of, there is like John Deere style. We've got tractors, we've got, agricultural stuff, we've got this kind of thing.
Getting strong clamp towers from Gremlins 2.
Yeah. But then there's also like, there's also a lot of like, ship, like spaceship building companies, we'd call them that kind of stuff. So but there's very big, like, what would it be, like aerospace stuff and engine stuff and that kind of things, and that sort of stuff. And the kind of driver, the chap who's picked you up, he's sort of like, oh, have you folks come to, are you here to like set up another recruitment drive? What's the deal? They don't, I'm just here things, but we've had a good influx recently of folks for the shipyards. What is yours? What contract are you on?
Just a diplomatic mission, really. I'm here on behalf of the Coriolis Council, just following up on the work done by Ambassador Kai.
And he gives like that kind of, oof. Oh well, I guess I should just stick to driving then. Wow, we don't
No,
get.
it's fascinating to hear about local information. You know more about this place than we do. Your knowledge is, of course, most useful.
He laughs. He's like, well, I lived here all my life. We've mostly been farmers in my family. Then Sortium came down. I didn't believe I'd be learning. Listen to this Zenny, barely any accent, kind of stuff like a big fancy, hooin.
You certainly have the driving skills of some of the finest I've seen on Koa.
And he laughs like, I can see why you're a negotiator, ma'am. But yeah, well, consortiums come down here. Like my family, we used to share an apartment block. Now we've got our own apartment. A lot of good stuff's happening in Sadal thanks to the consortium, and you can tell like he's genuinely like thankful for the stuff. Also sort of talks like how like this he's the first real sort of person to have a non farming job. Like his family of this is the first time he's done anything. He's probably the only person in his family who does speak Zenny kind of thing. And he drive like.
There's been no pushback from the traditionalists then.
Well,
I know there are always people who push against progress, but looks very peaceful.
Sadal, we'd been there twice in all my life. We made a pilgrimage out once, and we went again after we got married. So I've been, but there. Well, that's what you come to negotiate for, right? The
of course, yes.
Progress and that kind of stuff. Sadal, I don't think we'll ever get any more modern than it is. But over here, we're doing our best. We're doing our best. It's good. I welcome it. Everybody should.
Nobody can stay in one place for too long.
I don't know. Have you been to the no. Well, yeah, but oof. And he looks at like the two guys who were sat with you. I don't know, like just sort of chill, not doing out, maybe listening to something on the music. They're
Super
like
professional fellas. Look at that.
Yeah, just straight faced. But the compound, like this section of the city, aside from this main, like you can see there are also there is like leisure facilities here and housings and single sort of villas kind of in this, and it takes up a good chunk. Like from the way we look, and we probably like space fly car in. It's as we sort of get this loot. There are like very high class kind of fancy. Then there are like tower blocks of high rise apartments, that kind of stuff. Again, you can see on the top there's obviously a penthouse suite with a swimming pool kind of thing going on. And then there are also like leisure facilities down there. There's like shopping centers and that kind of thing. Stuff with like those lasers, and obviously they're playing whatever Hollow video is in at the minute. You sort of fly down and you head to this kind of area that is it's a set of villas, like 2-story, 3-story buildings around a driveway kind of thing. It's got its own kind of entrance up to it sort of thing. And he drives you up and he's like, well, folks, this is it. If you need anything, just well, I'm sure I'll be back in the driver pool. Hopefully we'll get to meet again. Have a good evening. Sort of pulls up and you can see your friend Unis and his wife is the Naz is here kind of thing. And as they're sort of there, you see like two young children come out as well. Since the wedding, there have been babies kind of thing.
Well played, that man. Well played.
There is the traditional sort of hugs. Look at this. I want to introduce you to all my family. These are my kind of stuff. The kids are like, kind of thing. And then, yeah, Unis invites you in.
Oh, look, surprise. I happen to have some fancy presents from Coriolis in my fancy presents to give people when I'm out doing stuff
Yeah, like a
in
model of
my
Coriolis
room.
and a bottle of the wine he mentioned or something, like Alcamar's. And he's like, oh, I love this. Shanaz, you're so thoughtful. That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Her favorite chocolates, stuff for the kids, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's almost as if you could have predicted that there might be children.
Yeah. Or you're just a very well-trained courtesan who, in her bags, would never have let anybody see the toys if there hadn't have been children. Just like you've practiced for this.
Yeah.
That kind of
The
stuff.
Mary Poppins bag of doom.
Yeah. And
How much stuff have you got in there?
they're asking all kinds of questions. You know, what's Coriolis like? What's she's like, what's the fashion out that way? We don't get much sort of comms, you know, that kind of stuff. He's asking, you know, this kind of stuff, what's going on here? We hear there was this, and there's a sort of gathering for kind of
All the
gossip
small talks and gossips.
And he says he's invited his boss. It's not very often they get an actual courtesan from Coriolis. There's a little bit of status with that, so he's invited his boss to come for a meal for later. But we've got time to have some tea, catch up. You can get shower, refresh, whatever you need. Look at the garden. We have a garden here. This kind of stuff. All sort of. You gather, like, because obviously he's lived on, like, Coriolis.
Yeah. I suppose having a garden would be quite a big deal to someone who spent their whole life on Coriolis.
In a space station or in a spaceship and that kind of
I'm
stuff.
getting proper flashbacks to having lived on compounds out in the Middle East right now. It's like, flashback.
Yeah, it is a little bit like that. It is a consortium compound here on Bahram. Yeah, and so they invite you in, and there's this kind of stuff. Flying out to Bahram 2. Kasim, and we've got we named him AJ. Is that his name? Asad Janan, AJ, the Medicage, and one other character who is just a combat junkie. I don't know. We're flying out to the moon. Kasim is like, well, should we be prepared for? We've got some sort of radiological kind of countermeasures, but not enough for all of us.
Where the pod is, get AJ to check what we.
Okay.
Ask Kirsch if we've got some kind of suits or protective clothing.
I mean, you've got like exosuits for the ship, but nothing more.
I'm assuming an exosuit would be some at least partly radiation.
Yeah, it's like space radiation proof. It depends on how.
Yeah.
The portal radiation mixed in with the warfare that went out and the half-life. And it'll be reet. Okay, so AJ goes off to the medical bay. Kirsch is like, okay, I'll go check what else we got. Got tape. Coffee powder.
Yeah, if you cover yourself completely in capybaras, will that protect you from...
Sellotape capybaras.
Yeah.
Capybara in your exosuit so it operates perfectly.
It just absorb the radiation.
Okay.
They are.
And we've already sort of got the transponder kind of thing, so we know we're in the right place. We kind of are we going to land the ship? Are we going to land and take off? What is the?
I think that possible. Probably the best idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless somehow it's more expedient to walk. That would only be the case if some kind of storm stopped us flying there, or the instruments don't work or something.
If the whole place is horribly rocky.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we just don't fit into the canyons. Yeah. Okay then, so fly as close as we can.
Okay.
Well, the other thing is, I suppose, I've just realised that what if he's being held hostage? We might want to go in on foot for stealthy reasons.
So we're going to fly as close as possible, which we will need a piloting roll.
Okay.
And,
Scan from orbit.
And then we're going to
Check
do
the area.
another, another data gym roll.
One success.
What did we roll before? Was it data gym? I thought it was data gym.
Yeah, it was data gin.
Yeah. And you're
Yeah.
doing a piloting. Okay, cool. One success. So the place is pretty rocky, very kind of barren. No water, no life. This is not an icy moon like the other ones. No tidal sort of stuff on this. So it's also very. No, you need exosuits, so it has no atmosphere other than this. What do they call it? Namtar winds across the bottom of it. So it will be you'll need to wear exosuits. You'll need to stay in kind of doors. Bringing the ship close might be completely needed if the pod is only life support kind of thing. But yeah, you locate him better in this area, but not like to the millimeter kind of thing, and you can't really pick up any video kind of feeds, even like telescopic video. You can try. How is your piloting?
I got one success.
Okay.
Do you want me to push that? Or are we happy with one success?
Push it. Go on.
Okay. Two successes.
Okay, 2 successes. Okay, so relatively difficult, but you manage to sort of get a good orbit, one where you think you will be able to, because if you're going down to Scylla, you need to leave Adia or Kirsch to pilot the ship while you're not there. So one that's not going to have a complicated sort of.
Not landing.
I don't know. That's what I was asking. You were like, drop off and take off, or.
Oh, I mean, what do you think? Being kidnapped, ship isn't good. Just had some kind of accident, ship is good. Let's see what the comms do then.
Okay.
I think you should take the ship and keep it there.
Okay, well, should we try the comms? I mean, if he answers and says, "Oh man, my engine's broken, I'm just stuck," then it's a ship. If he doesn't, maybe we drop ourselves off. Is it tech for comms?
No, you can try the comms. So like trying to all you get from the pod is its transponder and the sort of like, this is diplomatic life survival pod from the named ship kind of thing. Please notify and it lists off a bunch of organizations that have a treaty with these folks. Rewards will be placed. Please provide medical assistance. Bills will be paid. That kind of stuff. And it does that, and then it might repeat it in a bunch of dialects and that kind of stuff.
Right.
But there's no sort of communication. There's no
Ask him.
Both. Ship as close as you can. Exo over there. Open it up. Bring it back.
I'll get in a suit. You fly as close as we can. Or get some of these guys in a suit.
Yeah, I mean they've got.
That's what they're for, right?
They've got stuff. They brought their
experts.
Kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then the three of us will jump down with them. Okay.
Okay.
assuming Adia and Kirsch are capable of maintaining the orbit.
Well, yeah, Adia, like that's what I was saying. So you got 2 successes. So you get there and you get yourself into a set of coordinates or position or operating systems that Adia doesn't need to work hard to do anything else with. And we're going to drop down onto Bathroom 2, walk out to see what this thing is, and hope.
Yes, if we drop down, go back up.
But well, they don't have like rocket packs on them. They're not.
Yeah.
We're not the Mandalorian.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We must have to land the ship then. As how do we get back to it after we jump off?
Well, you can
attach
fly.
a cable.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, as long as there's a way back up. Yeah. Then we'll do that really
Reel them in.
thing.
Reel them in, or you can land it later.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Let's go then.
It's up to you. Like, that's what I assumed you wanted to drop down and
I
have the
knew
ship
dropping off.
prepared in case of it's got to fly over there or come back. If you land it, Adia's not like that, system prep to do it by themselves.
Yep. So we'll reel ourselves back up afterwards then.
Okay.
Let's drop off.
All right. So there are 5 of us in exosuits on the moon, Bathroom 2, walking through this sort of wind. We can see the Namtar winds. We can see a silhouetted shape up ahead that is probably some sort of, and it's like not a tiny little pod. It's not like that single person thing that they have. It's a big kind of, it's a diplomatic life pod kind of thing.
A life raft.
Yes, is probably a better.
A life yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We make our way through, and I am gonna check this thing.
Weapons out, I guess, as well, because crap.
Okay. Very leading question. Does anybody have that talent that stops you getting ambushed?
I actually do. Third eye one, because I thought it did something else last time.
Okay, cool. Excellent. You don't get ambushed, Silsilla. You do realise, though, that this shape coming through it or towards you, this sort of movement, this haze, is not in fact like parts of the ship or maybe a light or something, puts you on edge. Because when we play next week, we're going to have a fight on the moon.
Oh.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah. Point blank.
How many dark points did you use there?
2. Use 2.
That's good. I mean, we don't may as well use them. Oh, so.
No, I want to use them because this encounter's fun.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun on the moon. And I will get Ben. I'll get you a stat sheet for Kasim.
Giant
Dark
steps
of the
are
moon, right?
what we take.
Yeah, so we've got Shanaz about to have a lovely meal with no danger there at all. It's all good. And Yusuf and Silsila are about to be shot at on a moon.
Easy.
Coriolis.
This is the way.
This is the way. Bit of Star Trek references, bit of Mandalorian references. What else have we had? Oh, Peacekeepers. We had some Farscape references tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much for playing Coriolis with me. I love it. Thank you very much for watching Coriolis with us. Thank you very much for joining in. There was a reroll earlier and everything. Thanks, folks. It's Tuesday. It did. Saved Silsila's eye, that reroll. No, just your eye. Okay. It's Tuesday here on Twitch, which means tomorrow is Warhammer Wednesday.
I believe so.
More pirate shenanigans and
I don't think they're quite pirates yet, but privateers maybe.
oh, they've got a letter of marque. Oh, okay, they're allowed to do it. Sure.
Yeah, it's not piracy if you've got a letter of marque.
Yeah,
It's going to get so bad.
It's going to be brilliant. We all know this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's tomorrow. shillings and crossbows.
Bones.
Ah, it's close.
It's pirates, crossbones.
Just said it wasn't cross. But that's tomorrow, Wednesday. We'll have a Wednesday. Then on Thursday, what's happening on Thursday? New things.
Yeah, probably a little Fallout action.
Ooh.
Yeah, Fallout in the UK, no less. Cruel Britannia.
Is that the Modifius 2D20 system?
It is, yes. Just a short little taster sesh or 2 or 3 of that while we build up to June.
Ooh.
June.
Cool. Little bit of Cruel Britannia and whatever terrible shenanigans happened after Fallout happened. I don't know
I think
the
you've
whole
got
story.
Pat and Simon in that game, right?
So, yeah, you want terrible shenanigans.
Terrible. There's amazing shenanigans.
Yeah, Pat's going to dress up. Simon's going to Simon.
I've seen Pat in a Fallout jumpsuit. They were playing for a while. They were playing Fallout over on their channel, weren't they? Excellent.
Yeah.
So that's Thursday, European time, and then over in Garblag, North America, they are still. It's 2D20 Thursday. That's what it is. 2D20 Thursday because it's Modifius, Achtung Cthulhu, Shadows of Atlantis. I heard a secret today that they're thinking about doing Star Wars in the future.
Yeah.
So it has been alleged.
Indeed.
So that is North America time. And that's all of Garblag for the week, I think. We're going to have Friday off.
Yes.
We're going to have the weekend to upload and catch up. If you do miss anything, we will have it up on the YouTubes at the weekend. And if you've stayed this late in the YouTube video, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment on.
Hit the little bell icon.
Yeah, the bell. I should have that graphic thing that they have. That kind of stuff. No, really appreciate that. And if you've stuck around this long, you should just come and say hello over on the Discord. But a bunch of folks who came and joined recently, all through I finally got around to coming to the Discord. I really appreciate that.
Been watching the show for years. It's like, oh, okay.
Come over to the Discord and you can see. This shirt. Not this one, but you can hear more about this, and I will tell more about it and put more pictures in the Discord. I'm getting waffly now, which means we are at the end of the show.
We're in the danger zone.
We are in the danger zone. I appreciate you sticking around, folks. Come and say hi in the Discord. That's the thing you should remember there. And we'll see you soon.